We just got today, tomorrow, to take your EOC. So EOC this Thursday. Get that done out of the way. You got reading then on Friday. Then you'll have your science EOG next week. Go ahead and solve that for x. Do that without Desmos. You'll be able to solve equations without calculator. Now you could get an equation on the calculator active, but should be able to do it without. Who thinks I have it? Sevenths is correct. All right, so we distribute. Anytime you have parentheses, that's your first step. You're going to distribute. So on the left side, we got a -3 to distribute. On the right side, we got a negative. So -3 times 1, -3 times a -2 makes that a plus 6x. Plus 4 equals 4 minus x minus 5. We combine like terms then next. So I got 6x plus 1 equals -x minus 1. Move the variables next. Get them on the same side. Going to work out better for you if you move the one with the lower coefficient. So they cancel out on one side. We got 6x plus a 1x. That makes 7x plus 1 equals -1. Then we start moving things away from this, the variable by doing opposite. So I got 7x equals -2. Sign's the same, so I added, kept the sign. Divide. Since I've got a fraction, and just keep it that way. So I got the -2/7. Any questions on that? So somewhere on your test, you'll have to solve an equation. All right, so we have a graph. We have to find the equation for the line. All the answers are standard form. To me, the easiest way to start this off is our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is c divided by b, which is our constant divided by our y coefficient, okay? So what's our y-intercept on the graph? 3. And it's a positive 3. A, we would have 6 divided by 2, that's positive 3. B, 3 divided by 1, that's positive 3. C, 6 divided by -2, that's -3. D, that's -3. So now we're left between A and B. So now it's a matter of which one has the right slope. slope is negative, these are both going to have a negative slope. The slope in this case, we do rise over run. Our rise and our run. Rise is 2, run is 1. So we have 2 over 1, which makes our slope negative 2. How do we find the slope from the center? To A over B. So it means be bigger than our B value, right? To get 2. Well, A value is the X coefficient. So that's making B our correct answer. Everybody kind of follow that? Problems like those, do what you think is easiest first. If you think, I think y-intercept's easy. To me, that's the easy way to start. That eliminated a couple of answer choices. It's not always going to eliminate answer choices for you, but it can start off that way, and sometimes it does. That part's easy. That would have eliminated answer choices, obviously, right? So that would work too. Any questions there? All right, so similar idea. This time, a little bit different. We got our shading to help us. We got our lines to help us. I think the lines are the easiest part with like the shading, whether it's above or below. So I've got a dotted line, I've got a solid line, right? So my solid line, are we shaded above or below the solid line? Above. Dotted line, above or below? Above, so we need to be above both of them. All right, A here. Are we above or below those? If we look at the choices for A. Right here, that's going to be below. We would have to flip it. When you have a negative coefficient on y, it gets flipped. That'd be shaded below. Right here, that's shaded below already. So, can't be A. If I look at B, this one gets shaded above, this one's shaded above. That's possible. If I look at C, that one's above, possible. If I look at D, this one's shaded below, this one's going to be shaded below when we flip it, not possible. So right there, eliminates 2 of them. All right, so now when we look, we're looking for what's the difference, or what's one of the differences. It's the plus and minus, right? So I'm just going to look at the first equation on each of those, or the first inequality. What's the y-intercept on B? -2. Do we have a y-intercept of -2? No. So, can't be B. On C, y-intercept would be +2, and that's for the dotted line. Hey, look, that works, right? Y-intercept would be 1 for the solid line, and again, that works. C is our correct answer. Everybody kind of follow there? Pick something that works, pick something that's easy, use it to eliminate a couple things, kind of go on to the next thing. When you're comparing answer choices, don't compare things that are the same in each answer choice. Compare things that are different. Like I noticed the plus and the minus on that first one, right? Could have done the second equation or inequality also, right? Plus and minus, same idea. I could have done the slopes, could have done that, right? All right, this one to try. We need to find the rate of decrease in the bear population. Everything I got it? Cheyenne, what you got? 7.5 is correct. All right, so there's a couple ways you could do this. You can either subtract first and then change it, or you can change it to 100 and then subtract. I'd probably change it to like out of 100 first, just because that makes it easier to look at, okay? So remember, this is an increase or a decrease from a percentage. In this case, it's a decrease. We have decay going on. So it was subtracted from 100, right? So we start with 100. If that was subtracted from 100, what was our percentage there? What was that? No, I mean, what is that as a percentage? 92.5, right? So we got 92.5 subtract. That's going to give me a 7.5. That is the rate of decrease. When it's asking for the rate of decrease, that's what it's looking for. If you just subtracted it right away from 1, that would give you 0.075 to a percentage. Everybody follow on that? So when it asks for like the rate of decrease or the rate of increase, that's what it's looking for, is the percentage there, okay? All right, need average rate of change over the interval from -2 to +2. Other things I got. $127.5 is correct. All right, so you plug in the X values they give you with the interval. Okay, so we got -2, we got +2. When you plugged in -2, that gave you 2. When you plug in +2, that gave you 512. What those are your Y values. Average rate of change is slope, change in Y over change in X. So our Y values are going from 512, are going from 2 to 512. And our X values are going from -2 to +2. 512 is 510, -2 to 2 is 4, and that is 127.5 when you do that division. All right. Average rate of change, change in Y over change in X. So you plug in to get Y values on problems like this. Sometimes it's on a table. You just look at the Y values on the table and do change in Y over change in X. Any questions? We should do pretty well with this one. I didn't put any numbers in the front. No coefficients. What we got? Yeah. All right, so basically, you're just looking at where there's more. All of these are positive. Looking at where there's more. I got z to the 7th, z to the 3rd. There's more on top. If I wrote them all out, I'd have 7 z's multiplied on top, or 7 x's on top, 3 on the bottom. There's 4 more on the top. 3 more y's on the bottom, so we got y to the 3rd on the bottom. That's like z to the 1, so there's 4 more on the top. That's it. Any questions on that one?